Good morning and happy Monday to you. My name is LaShonda Brown, and welcome to Bootstrap Biz Advice, where I teach service providers how to work less and live more by leveraging tech and YouTube. I hope you guys had a fantastic 4th of July. You had time to enjoy your friends and family and celebrate. And so today we're going to be talking about content marketing. Whether you consider yourself to be a content creator or simply a business owner or entrepreneur, all of us seem to be dabbling in both sides of the fence. And so that's what I want to chat with you about today. And if you are watching live, I would encourage you to engage in the comments. As always, if you like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up to help it be seen by more people. So like it if you like it. And I also want to remind you that you can utilize the code live on YouTube to get 15% off your purchase if you head over to my shop.lashondabrown.com. Now, the other thing that I want to let you all know, and this is just a really cool milestone within the channel, is we recently hit 30,000 on YouTube. So thank you so much for those of you who have taken the time to subscribe to this channel and help us reach more people. As we talk about what it looks like to be a content creator, these are the types of metrics that are super helpful for those of us who are trying to pursue that as a career aspiration. So if you do enjoy the stuff that you see on this channel, you subscribing to the channel helps tremendously. And so I would encourage you to not only like this video if you like it, but also subscribe if you want to continue to learn more advice to help you to grow your business without breaking the bank. So what I will do for now is hop over to the comments real quick. Oh, hey, Tawana, I'm so glad you are here. Let's see, James is also here. Thank you so much for celebrating with me. Thank you so much, Taniqua, for celebrating with me as well. So yeah, I've been in the 20s on YouTube for a while. And so it was really cool to schedule the live stream and look and see that we are in the 30,000s. So that was a fun little accomplishment. Hello to Ellen and hello to Shelly as well. So as you guys are watching this live stream, feel free to engage in the comments because I do have the ability to pop those up on the screen. And one of the things that I really enjoy about live streaming, particularly using this software, is I'm also able to bring people up on camera as well. So I use StreamYard as a tool for both my webinars and my live streams. And so if you are looking for a software that's not going to be super overwhelming, that will help you to do some of the things that you're seeing me demo right now, I would encourage you to give StreamYard a try. You can use my link, lashondabrown.com/StreamYard, to start a 14-day trial, and that will give you a couple weeks to try this software out. And like I said, you can go live with it, you can host your webinars on it, and you can also utilize it to record your YouTube content just in the studio and then upload it directly to YouTube. Alrighty, so that's just a little bit of housekeeping to get us started. I wanted to have this honest conversation with you because I think that a lot of business owners are feeling a sense of pressure to be content creators, and a lot of content creators are feeling pressure to build out full-on businesses. And so I want to just give some insight on that and talk about what the difference would be. So say for instance, if you are a business owner, typically the folks that I help are people who sell their time for money. I call them service providers, and hopefully you understand what that concept is, but you are simply providing a service in exchange for money from a client, right? And so I think what's happening with the rise of social media, whether you are posting on Instagram or TikTok or even YouTube, is business owners are feeling pressure to constantly be creating more and more content as a way to market their business. And so one of the things that I want to encourage you on, if you are a service provider first, right? You are a business owner first, is that it is more important in this season online for you to go deep on a platform than to spread yourself super thin. I know that we all remember a season in online marketing where we would say, okay, it's super important for you to claim your name on all the social media platforms, for you to have a handle on Pinterest, on Twitter, on YouTube, what have you. And so what would happen is people would create accounts on these platforms and then not have the capacity or the bandwidth to continue to post. And so what would happen is people would go to those social platforms thinking, okay, you've got this logo on your website, so that means that's another place where there's content that I can consume. And people would go and it would essentially be dead accounts. They would go and say, oh, well, they haven't posted here in 6 months, in a year. And so those platforms weren't as beneficial to the business owners because they were drawing attention away from the platforms where they actually had doubled down to create. And so if you are a business owner and you are looking to leverage content marketing, one of the things I would encourage you to take some time to step back and consider is, where do you actually enjoy showing up online? If you don't enjoy showing up on the platform, if you are not constantly engaging there, then it's not going to be as lucrative for your business. Because I think a lot of people are finding themselves prioritizing certain platforms that they enjoy consuming content on and creating on. And so, say for instance, me not being on Pinterest right now is not really hurting my business because I have doubled down on YouTube and platforms like LinkedIn. And then, at the very end of the bar would be Instagram. So for me, I particularly enjoy communicating with video content, then telling stories with photos on platforms like LinkedIn, and then building community on platforms like Instagram. I use Instagram as a way to share other people's content and help amplify content from other people versus focusing on producing content just for the platform. The difference between being a business owner who uses content marketing versus being a content creator is the metrics, if you will. The vanity metrics are super important for brand partners or corporations that want to partner. So say for instance, a content creator, their product is access to their community. Content creators are essentially community builders. They are people that are assembling people on a certain topic or a certain style of content, and then corporations will pay for access to that audience. They will pay for the ability to speak to your community through your brand voice. If you are a business owner, you don't need to have a strategy that looks like a content creator because your goal is not providing an audience for someone else to reach. Your goal is to drive traffic from your content to your offers. And so it's not as important if you are a business owner what your vanity metrics are. You simply need to connect your content to your offers. So I think a common bridge between the two styles of businesses or approaches with social media is an email list. An email list is a consistent thing that both content creators and business owners should be pouring effort into. If you are trying to be a content creator, you need the ability to reach your audience outside of the platform that you are on. If I just had YouTube and I had no other way to talk to you all, I would not be able to do this full time. The money is in the email list, not so much the content that I'm creating. Same thing with a business owner. If you are creating content on a platform like YouTube, you driving traffic from YouTube to your email list is how you're actually going to grow your business. So your numbers that you should be tracking are not how many followers I have or necessarily how many views, but your biggest indication that what you are doing is effective is the size of your email list. That's going to be your shortest path from having someone consume your content to actually having someone buy what you have to sell. And so I think that if we were to shift our focus, if you are a service provider, to how can I grow my list? What are some effective ways that I can create content to get people off the platform into my email list? You're going to see things really take off in your business. And so I think that a lot of folks have felt pressure to show up on multiple platforms that they don't need to actually be present on. And so I just want to relieve that pressure that if you are not a content creator, this does not need to be at the top of your list. You don't need to be worrying about media kits. You don't need to be worrying about, okay, I need to track every single metric. What you want to do is to truly share what you're providing as a service and encourage people to leave social media and go and join your email list. So that's just one thing that I wanted to state before we hop into the weeds. But I want to get a pulse right now. We've got a lot of folks watching, so I'm super grateful that you guys are here. I want you all to let me know in the comments, are you a content creator or a business owner? So if you could put content in the comments, if you are a content creator, or business, if you are a business owner, in the comments, that would be super helpful. So I want to just get a quick pulse there so that I can kind of understand who's watching live and really curate this content specifically to what you are doing. Pamela says, very good info. I am a business owner. Thank you for discussing this topic. I am a business owner who creates content. Yes. So what's super effective, and you guys keep dropping this in because I really want to get a better handle on where you are. I would say, if I had to guess, and keep letting those come in, but if I had to guess, the majority of you are actually business owners first that are utilizing content marketing as a way to leverage the internet to get leads for your business. And so if that is the case, if you are someone who offers a service to people globally, and I really want to emphasize that, if you are a provider who can service people all over the world, content marketing is a great way for you to get your name out because it allows you to reach a larger audience. But you have to have very clear goals when you create that content. Let's see here. Business owner creating foundational content. Awesome. Eileen says, I'm a content creator. Yes. And I have seen your channel and I have seen the difference. And so when you are a content creator, and I'll give you guys an indication of the difference. When you are a content creator, it's super important that you are building out a community and servicing them with specifically that content so that you can almost demonstrate your ability to create content and drive traffic to someone else's offers. Okay. So say for instance, when I started my YouTube channel and there is a video that I created about my first year doing YouTube full time, as I created content, I was essentially reverse engineering it and saying, hey, let me create some content now that can demonstrate to a tech company what I can do for them. To create content that's almost a portfolio of, you could have your name here, you could have a video like this on your platform, so that when I began to grow my channel, when I began to grow my list, then I was able to look back on my channel and say, hey, here's an example of how I can do a tutorial for your business. Here's an example of how I can integrate an ad into your business. And so essentially, I was creating content long before I had brand partners. So as my channel grew, I had something that I could demonstrate my abilities with. That's less important if you are a business owner first. So someone who is a business owner first, when they create their content, you need to specify what it is that you do for a living, and you need to integrate that into your scripts. So say for instance, when I was a Squarespace top level designer, I would say that in my intros. I would say, as a Squarespace designer, I making it very clear what it was that I did for a living. Because as you create content, if you don't specify that you are a business owner and you're sharing this content to intrigue people, to bring them into your business, people will assume that you're just aspiring to be a content creator. And so I think we take that for granted, that people just understand who we are, that they understand our motives with creating content. And so if you are a business owner, your bio is super important. The way that you intro your content is super important to help people to see the difference. Let's see here. I thought I was a business owner first, but sometimes I feel like I like to create content and use content to build a community. Looking to monetize now with paid partnerships. So that is a really good point, and I want to talk about that. So if you feel like at a certain point, I'll say this. At a certain point, your content creation journey will probably prompt you to need to start a business, in the sense that, maybe you have a paid community like I do. Maybe you have a course or digital products. Oftentimes, people find that they aspire to be a content creator and eventually things grow to the point where it justifies a business. And so that's a very real thing. So if you are a business owner first and you feel like a swap needs to happen, that you're not trying to pursue selling services, but you're really wanting to double down on creating content, building your own community through your content, then you can make that shift, but you have to make that really clear with how you speak to your audience, okay? So, say for instance, I have watched people who started out as service providers who find like, I'm hitting a point where I want to phase out of one-on-one consulting. I want to phase out of, coaching somebody one-on-one. When you get to that point, when you start to find yourself wanting to phase out certain offers and simply provide your content as the main part of your business, how you intro yourself and how you explain that transition will be super important. So, say for instance, in my case, I transitioned from being a web designer to speaking about, hey, I am a full-time YouTuber, and what I do on this YouTube channel is I teach tech. I help connect you with tech tools that will help you to live the life that you want to live. So I began to restructure the way that I presented myself to bring people along the journey. And what's so beautiful about having that relationship with your audience is you can kind of let them see you build it in real time. You can start to share, hey, I've just partnered with so-and-so, whether they are an affiliate or it's a paid partnership. You can be very clear with them about what's happening in the life of your business. So it's not so much a hard transition, but it's super important that you communicate when you decide to phase things out, where things are going, so they know how to perceive you and also how to share about you. So I think that is the beautiful thing about content marketing is you don't have to have everything polished and perfect from the beginning. You can actually include people in on the journey and allow them to be a part of where things are going. And that's something that happens on this channel a lot. Through the things that you are sharing in the comments, through the things that you share in replies to my email, it helps to shape what I do on Bootstrap Biz Advice, and it helped create the ecosystem that we have now. I began to see that I really enjoyed sharing about what I'm using in my business, having these live streams where we can have live conversations and just build relationship with each other and to help each other collectively grow. And so as you guys began to show up for these live streams and engage in the comments, that helped me to see that there is a market for me showing up as a tech educator and being that voice in this space. So that's just one example of how you can see me doing it in real time and how it can impact you and your business. And let's see here. Business owner just starting out, looking to create content to educate and drive people to my service offerings. So you guys know I am a huge advocate for utilizing Flowdesk. I would say Flowdesk is a fantastic tool for you to use to grow your email list, and utilizing freebies are going to be huge, especially on platforms like YouTube. I have seen tons of folks talk about the fact that because YouTube videos continue to grow as time goes on, utilizing freebies as a way to build their email list has been the game changer for their channel. So if you are a service provider, it's important that your freebies actually lead to your paid offers. If you are a content creator, it's simply about giving value, getting people on your list so that as you have brand partners to promote, you have a list to be able to market to. Let's see here. I stand on business, but I like to create content to share my values and what I stand for. And I think this is really important. If you are a business owner first, utilizing content marketing is a great way for you to share your why, for you to share your approach to business, for you to help people to bridge that gap between I found you online and now I want to pay for your paid offers. We forget that with the internet, we still need more ways to feel comfortable with our buying decisions, and simply having content available, especially if you're talking to the camera, it allows people to put that face with the name and to feel more comfortable making that buying decision versus just landing on a website and taking that at face value. So no matter what you do for business, I strongly recommend having content marketing as a part of your strategy. But again, put less emphasis on how many views did this get, how many likes did this get, and focus on, am I creating content for my target customer that will help them feel better about buying my offers? That's the most important thing. A content creator will be concerned with the vanity metrics that you can see when they go to their platforms, and also the data behind specifically like your affiliate links. When I go and approach a brand about a partnership, if I'm able to show I created this content and people took this action after watching the content, that helps me to be able to generate brand partnerships that keep me going and fuel my business. So as a content creator, I'm way more concerned with showing my ability to encourage people to make buying decisions, to show my influence, if you will, than, just focusing on what are my offers in my business. That's more of a secondary part of what I do. Hopefully that makes sense. Oh, this is so great. I'm seeing so many familiar names. Hello, Paula. Good to see you. This is so good. Oh, Sunithia said, hi, Miss Eileen. Yes. So I love that you guys are resonating with this topic, because I think understanding the difference is going to eliminate a lot of pressure when it comes to showing up online. There definitely is a difference depending on what your goal is primarily. And I will tell you, you are going to see, as things continue to evolve with platforms like TikTok, you're going to see more content creators come to YouTube as a place to continue generating income for their business, because the future of that platform is less certain. And so I don't want you to get, rattled with your strategy just because you see more people from that world who are content creators coming on the platform and kind of dominating what you see. You need to be very clear about what are your motives with the content that you're creating, sharing more case studies if you are a business owner, allowing your community to come on and talk about what it was like working with you. These are the types of content that may not get tons of views, but will demonstrate what you provide as a business owner, versus simply providing content that's going to get views and get engagement and is more about what's happening on the platform itself. The last thing that I really want to emphasize, and I think this happens a lot with social media, is that we tend to put people on this social media rat race when we are business owners leveraging content marketing. And what I mean by that is I will see someone posting on Instagram saying, hey, I did this on Instagram, go watch my YouTube video. And then once you say, okay, go watch my YouTube video, then you're referring them to another piece of content that you created, like a blog post. And so you're sending them from one piece of free content to another piece of free content to another piece of free content. That is way more of a content creation strategy than it is a business owner strategy. Business owners simply need to be focused on, I'm creating the content and I'm getting them from my content to my property, whether it's your website or your email list, as quickly as possible. You should not be using social media to continue driving them to essentially someone else's property, because we don't own Instagram, we don't own YouTube, we don't own Threads, we don't own Pinterest, what have you. And so I would encourage you to not utilize social media to the point where you just send people on a loop of consuming free content that you forget to drive traffic to the things that you own. So something that you're seeing happen a lot on platforms like Instagram is utilizing ManyChat, which is basically a chatbot tool where people consume your content on Instagram and then get sent to typically a landing page on your website or an offer that you have in your business. Utilizing it to go from social media to your ecosystem, not so much social media to another social media platform, to another social media platform. Okay. When you get people on your website, yes, it's important to include your social platforms, but that's not the primary focus. And so if you are not a content creator, you don't need to be emphasizing social media on your website. You can put it in your footer, you can include it on a content page, but that's not the primary focus. Once you get people on your website, they're in your ecosystem, they're on your property. And so now it's about how can I capture that attention to drive sales versus how can I drive views for some other platform. Okay. So there is a difference. And so I think what's difficult is a lot of times you will see content creators creating content and you start to mimic their strategies, but their goals are completely different. And so I just want to make sure that I specify the difference so that you know how to discern what strategy should you be implementing and what strategy should you not. And hopefully that makes sense. Let's see here. Yes, zero click content is doing well for my business. Awesome. Ellen says, yes, I'm trying to leverage social media to bring in clients, and I use content marketing to do that. And so I think what's also really important is when you start, if you are a service provider, when you're working with your clients, as they start to reach out to you to purchase some of the things that you offer, start keeping track of the conversations that you have with them and the things that can tend to keep coming up. Are people asking the same questions? Are people saying the reason why I hired you is X? And utilizing that as the topic for your content versus necessarily what's trending or what seems to be popular at the time. Because what tends to happen is like-minded clients help bring in like-minded clients. So say, for instance, if you have people reaching out to you because they are hitting bottlenecks in their business and they're needing to build systems, the systems questions that your current clients have is a great prompt for attracting more clients like that. Problems that they have, questions that they have. Start to source your ideas for your content from people who are already paying for you. And then you will start to see that lead to more business for you in the long run. I think I'm always seeing people who double down on a platform and they're able to say, this is the go-to place to talk to me and to find me, that being more effective than spreading themselves super thin and having the content on their channel specifically geared to what it is that they offer their audience has been a very effective thing for them in their business. So I'm hoping that this is helping you. Let's see here. Thank you so much for your wonderful channel and all the gems that you drop. You are so welcome. And like I said, you're just seeing a rise of content creation. They are going to be putting on, I believe it's within, right now they're accepting applications for like a content creator conference at the White House. And so people understanding the value of content creators, the creator economy is becoming more and more of a thing because people are realizing that less and less people are watching legacy media and more are getting their entertainment and their education from social media platforms. And so we're all collectively kind of wrapping our mind around the fact that we're looking less at these high production companies and we're looking more to individuals to help us to understand how to show up online, how to grow online, and how to stay in business. And so as these things continue to change, it's more and more important that you understand the differences and that you decide for yourself what makes the most sense. So I'm hoping that this was helpful to you guys to just get your brain going about, what is the main priority? If the main priority is I am a service provider and I'm trying to drive traffic to my offers, I'm going to have a different approach than what I see a lot of people on social media doing who are more concerned with the views and the traffic. So hopefully that makes sense. I will be creating some content for you all specifically about email marketing because I want to make sure you guys stay on top of what's happening with Flowdesk. They are launching a partner program coming up, and I had the opportunity to sit down with them and help give feedback about what would be helpful, what features would be really helpful moving forward. And they're making a lot of changes to help more people to not just grow a list, but monetize a list. So I'd encourage you to give them a check if you aren't utilizing Flowdesk right now to grow your list. And like I said, I will continue to show up Mondays at 10 a.m. as a place for us to have conversations. Let's see here. Pamela said this was very helpful. Thank you for the clarification because I started being consumed with trying to create content versus providing my value as a service provider. Yes, I think it's important to utilize content marketing as a strategy, but knowing what metrics to look at are super important. NG is also rolling out some super helpful updates to help you to track the effectiveness of your marketing strategies. You can now view your KPIs within your dashboard, which is going to be very helpful for a lot of you. NG is a marketing management software that has just come on the board. They're probably a little over a year old now because we just celebrated their first birthday. So that's another tool that service providers can use to make sure that what they are creating and what they are doing is effective. So I hope that helps. If you guys have any more questions, go ahead and let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to land the plane for this week. And I will be back on Monday. So I really hope that this was effective to you. Like I said, because I am a content creator first, if you like this video, it would be awesome if you gave it a like. If you are watching in the replay, you can still engage in the comments and that would help this content to reach more folks. And yeah, if you would be interested in joining my community, you can always go to lashondabrown.com to learn more about that. Let's see here. I love how you broke that down. Let's see. Is there a link to Flowdesk? Yes. You can go to lashondabrown.com/Flowdesk and you can always head over to the tools page on my website. And I'll quickly show you guys that as another example of what the difference would be for a content creator. So this is a super effective way for content creators to generate income in their business. If you are a service provider, it's helpful for you to share the tools that you're using if you just want to add another passive income stream. But this is a really helpful thing for me and my business. So as I start to talk about tools, I make sure that if I can negotiate a discount code for you all or a free trial for you, then I put that on this page, lashondabrown.com/tools. And so this is a growing resource that you can go to, that you can look to see what I've negotiated and then take advantage of those deals here. So yes, Flowdesk is included. You don't have to use a code. You can just click on that Flowdesk logo and it will take you to Flowdesk. And you can always go to my link, lashondabrown.com/Flowdesk. Okay, and we had a question. Let's see here. Oh, thank you so much, Ellen, for sharing that in the comments. You guys are so great. Absolutely love to see this engagement. This is so awesome. In regards to my community, I saw a question about that. I have 2 different tiers in my community, and currently I have them on Buy Me a Coffee, and the app will be launching soon. Buy Me a Coffee will show you the 2 different tiers based on what you are the most interested in. So if you are interested in just attending my monthly workshops, you can sign up for $10 a month. And if you are looking for more information to help you to leverage YouTube as a way to grow your business without having to actively promote as much, you can passively use YouTube to grow your income, then you can sign up for Bootstrap Creators. So everything is listed there on Buy Me a Coffee. And like I said, the app will be rolling out soon. Had a meeting with a developer to talk about light mode and dark mode. And so things are progressing with that as well. So there you have it for more information. And I will also put that link in the chat or in the comments after this is over. All right, my friends. Well, I hope this was useful to you. As we say on the channel, until next time, ta-ta for now. I hope you guys have a great week.